Don't you ever go fucking with me, boy. No, no. No, no. He said, what that wigger boy Sam Hyde come say? He said, don't you ever go fucking with me, boy. No, no. No, no. Don't you ever go fucking with me, boy. That's what that, y'all remember when that boy come talking about some Ebonics? And how he identifies as a black man? Boy, that's the only N-word that's cool in the streets, you know? Like, that's the only N-word that's got a pass around here. Only Nazi. I admire niggas like that forever. Like, I don't admire his politics or his ideas about life completely. I'm not no sicko fan. I hear a lot of this nigga say words come out of this nigga's mouth a lot, and I just disagree or I don't even like how he put it. But at the end of the day, Sam Hyde is low-key a pretty based individual. I give him an 8 out of 10. Alright, that's Human Reviews. You come back for the next episode. And then the next episode is fucking Jesus. And the first fucking 3 minutes of it is like a loop. Like, not a loop, but like sped up Kanye songs from the start of his career all the way to now in his discography. It's just like 4 minutes of that shit. Speed up. Speed up. On the track. Well. Zaddy. What? What did he say? Squeeze up for a freeze up. Squeeze up till it freeze up. Ew, Zaddy. What the fuck did that nigger say? You know what I really don't like? I watched some weird ass fucking Gooner shit, and it was like, because what I typed in, because what I clicked, the tag that I clicked was like misconstrued, I guess. It was brought into some other grounds that I did not want nothing to do with, but I just stuck around because that's how we are, bro. Why not? I did not enjoy what I got. It was low-key really annoying, disgusting. You know what I want to do? I want to see that extreme shit. Like nigga, if you could get your shoulders in there, then the rest of your body could follow after you. You know what I'm saying? You can get your shoulders in that hole. And then the rest of your body can follow through. Now the primary issue is escape. How do you get out once you get in if you can't turn around inside of it? If you go in one way all the way, then you don't have the capacity to get out. Death by snoo. This is the truth of fucking with bitches that you can climb inside of. I know a hoe that let me climb inside of her one time. Well, actually, I didn't really fit. I didn't get to go in because I couldn't climb in that hoe. I wasn't she wasn't big enough. Breathe up, little nanny. Oh, I seen some lizards that live in South Florida, not Central Florida. They're like called agame lizards or agare. They're like from Africa. They're invasive. They're like fucking 4 times the size of a goddamn anole. But you know, iguanas are literally there too. I saw a bunch of iguanas. There's different types of lizards living all throughout Florida, bro. We only have anoles and like geckos here. But over there in South Florida, they got some real life shit, bro. It's strange because we still have geckos, but we don't really be seeing them anymore. Like geckos, like house geckos, like yeah, we still have them, but you used to see them all the fucking time, like as often as you would see a frog at night. Nowadays we really don't see them, and it just makes you wonder, where did those geckos move? Or like, isn't it clear that climate change is like actually a fucking real thing? Like I don't know to what degree, but it's clear that like things that require specific temperature or humidity are finding places that they used to inhabit inhospitable. Like, we used to have a big population of them, and now there's really none. And it can't be that, like, some invasive species came and started predating on them, because that's really just not true. I mean, I don't see anything that been eating those boys, and nothing's really that big to where it would, like, predate on them. Besides the stuff that would eat everything else. Fucking... I haven't seen any cane toads, but they were invasive as fuck already. That's one thing I don't be seeing up here. But I imagine they still exist down there. Like regular toads. We got a fuck ton of frogs, but we do not have toads jumping around. I like toads better than frogs. If you had to be reborn as one, which one would you choose? I would choose a frog. Frogs have a weird ass like social life, and they're like way more active than toads. And I'm not really talking about activity as far as like how much they move throughout the day. Toads and frogs are both relatively dormant throughout the day. Even like they just sit there, whether they're in the wild or they're domesticated. A toad, a frog, they just find a hide. A frog will find a hide, and then a toad will usually dig a little hole. Could you imagine if like toads are the same way as like we are or other animals are? Like you can tell that a mouse or a rat or a rodent like is particular about its space, you know? Because of how often they're tidying up their space. It shows you that they really have like this ideal way of how they want their furniture and their toys oriented. Like it will deadass take its house and move it across the cage if it feels more comfortable in that other spot. Like the little igloo, like they'll deadass take it and move it. So it shows you that they have like a comprehension of their personal space, you know? Well, imagine if toads and like ants are on the same shit. Especially with the scale that ants live and work on group builds. That's crazy when you really think about it. It's deadass like a bug's life. Fucking rabbits. No. Guinea pigs. Rats. Bro, we need to give animals way more credit. And I'm not even on no vegan shit. Like to where I'm saying, don't eat animals. I'm not even trying to push for no better conditions for animals. I just know that as a baseline, there's a lot of people who don't really have enough like exposure to nature. Like just being a human and existing among humans is probably unhealthy as fuck. I mean, you exist on Earth where there's like a bunch of biodiversity. So for some reason, I just feel inclined to demand that you interact with these things. I don't know. Some people really just shut themselves up in the house and they don't want to go outside. They like, it's inconceivable or unfathomable for them to like order some seeds off Burpee and plant them and fucking grow them. Like it's inconceivable for them to have a fucking pet. They just never even, it never even occurred to them that like, holy fuck, I could get a animal to be my companion. I don't have to, I don't know, like, interacting with your dog, interacting with your cat, sure, it's not the exact same as interacting with a person, but in some regards, it's better than interacting with a fucking person. Yeah. Yeah. I know my Oh man, I just realized that if you create like buckets with like shallow amounts of water in them, or you just have containers and you sing into them with your diaphragm, it creates like reverberation. Like really in the sink, there's the crock pot and then an empty sink, but there's water in the sink and there's water in the crock pot. And so maybe this is also this big old tall pan that's like the size of my torso is also maybe is contributing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, there's some type of reverberation from all this metal and water. I swear to God. Yeah, and that's so goofy. It's like when you're a kid and you realize you can sing into the fan and it starts making your voice like reverberated. What the fuck is reverb then, nigga? No, the frequency is like the fluctuation, and the wavelength is the entirety of the sound. And the thing about music is like there's different pitches, and you're not just using like one take and editing that voice. So like you obviously, you know, if you take your music, you got the instrumental, and it has multiple layers in it of different sounds, but then you have your voice. And if you've ever actually gone to a recording studio, or if you ever just started paying super attention to music, you can hear that they're actually saying the line like 2 times. Every single line. Most recording studios will have you like say it in either a completely different voice, or just say it the same way and just layer it. Because it sounds, I guess it really just sounds better. It sounds more crisp or clean. I don't know, fucking it makes your voice more prominent than the instrumental. Some shit like that. Some shit. Boy, I actually managed to become money man this weekend. It was worthwhile going to Miami. Like for a minute there, I wasn't going to. I was gonna just stay home. But I'm glad that I went because now I've met a real nigga. And I hope that he ain't lying, boy. Cause I need this money from that shit. I need it, bud. I need. They don't know. They are stupid as fuck. Boy, what you said, you was gonna lose people for looking towards growth and advancing. That the ants got to stay left behind. Cause we motherfucking mountains. Now I sit here and talk about some, oh, you ready to go? Shut your asses up, man. Y'all niggas are some sherms. Play, you talk out your mouth one way, that ain't even on that, bro. Niggas so flawed. I can't stand a bitch-eyed nigga, boy. Shit. Like, well, why the pack ain't land? Am I being impatient? Yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, nigga, it's time. You said we was fixing to get to the bread, to the money, nigga. Don't you know that nigga came by for the quarter pound yesterday, and I ain't had. That's $250. You said $500 a day, nigga. Come on, boy. It's time to get some real bread, Fred. Get that paid. We're not paid. We're gonna get papel. He doesn't have his papers. It looks like you're not a natural born Mexican citizen. We might have to send you back across the border to that destitute land that our people once fled to, looking for hope and prosperity. But now look at the way you're coming to Mexico. You know, there was a time when they said that they would throw the immigrants to the alligators. Maybe we should take you and throw you to the alligators. I just was thinking about a dystopian future, like you know how in Fear the Walking Dead, like a lot of niggas fled to Mexico. But then the apocalypse got to Mexico. Yeah. All I'm saying is that imagine something happened. Niggas. Well, really, apparently in real life, they're already on that. Like last week, there was like some riots or some shit in Mexico where they were kind of like, get the fuck out of Mexico. But it wasn't just last week, because it's been a couple years now in places like Tijuana and whatnot, where there's a lot of tourists coming, and Mexicans and the locals have been like dead ass kind of showing their like animosity. But I don't know, because a lot of those locals also cater to the tourists to make a lot of money, bro. It's a nuanced conversation, and I don't really know. And so it's basically the same as us over here with our like immigration issues. It's practically the same exact thing. Just a country with people from neighboring regions coming in, and dealing with the backlash or consequence. Like, sure, you can make a lot of money from tourism. Sure, Mexicans make a lot of money trading with Americans. But at the end of the day, just like how America has like adopted some strange animosity for Mexico and Canada within its collective, Mexico has done the same thing for America. But it's also a little bit different because it's a different dynamic. Like, we're way bigger than Mexico, looking kind of down on them, and they're way smaller than us, looking kind of up. And Mexico is low-key doing a good job, like as far as like the World Economic Forum, or just like the idea of like how safe is it to go to Mexico. Like, there's a lot of places in Mexico where the government is in control and there isn't no issue with like cartels, and the police aren't crooked. There's places like that in Mexico. But then again, there's all the places where it's not like that. And that's kind of a testament to why I would say, like, yeah, we're looking down on them. They are kind of poor in a lot of places. No, it's not even kind of poor. They just have a different ethics. Like, dead ass, like, the reason why they live, like, they don't want to become obscenely rich, become a star on TikTok. Like, a nigga wants to start a family and, like, maintain his land and his house, so that he could have like another generation behind him living in this spot, doing what they do. That's like a whole different, like, they really do just have different values, you know? Like, there's this tale, it's about these fishermen. So one of them goes and buys a big ass boat. He wants to get rich so that he could give his family money, you know? He wants to become wealthy. And so he's a fisherman that goes and buys a big boat, and he goes out for long amounts of time, and brings back a big haul and gets the money, but he doesn't ever really get the opportunity to be with his family because he's always out on the water. It's so dangerous and so much toiling away on that boat, on that ship. He's alone. He doesn't have his family either. He just has his crewmates. And so he goes and he gets a lot of money from it, but he's gone away from the reason why he started. And then there's a fisherman that has a small boat, and he only catches enough to feed his family and go sell some in the market. And he's not the richest man, but every single night he gets to go home and bring food to his family. And it's just like, it's the idea of like who's really wealthy, you know? Like the whole reason why you went and wanted to get rich was so that you could take care of these people that you have back home. But now you're on some shit to where you aren't even with them. You'll hear that mirrored from like sports stars or actors, you know? Like when an actor quits like that super huge role, a lot of the time you'll hear him be like, yeah, I just wanted to I was on this set contractually binded. We did like 4 movies. I just had to get out of there so that that was 7 years I spent recording, filming all over the world. My kids are fucking growing up. They're asking where the fuck I am. So they wonder why their dad can't pull up to the play at the school. Why only mom comes to the soccer games? When dad gonna watch us play football? You know, fucking kill yourself. I just hate that shit, bro. Niggas be so avaricious, bruh. They be so avaricious. Everyone wants to be have so much opulence. I swear, in America, like it's dead ass how I put it with Mexico. They might be poorer. They might not have as much of like a built up like military industrial complex to support the infrastructure of their government and the policies that they try to create. But at the end of the day, like as far as the individual people go, their values are like way higher than ours. Even those niggas that be fucking raping and murdering, like how Donald Trump said. Even the fucking cartels, bro. Those niggas who be committing heinous crimes. Oh, it's just the way that they perceive the world is different. Some niggas are cold everywhere. There's cold-hearted niggas in America. There's probably more. You know, that's kind of funny. It's not really about the comparison of Mexico versus America anymore. But when you think about it, like the amount of cartel versus the amount of like career criminals in America, because we're so much bigger and we have such a higher population, we literally have like more issues with crime. It might actually be safer to, like, it might be a facade or something. Like maybe I was kind of like, I was beguiled by the fact that I am American. What I mean is that I have like this weird jaded perception of what safety is. And so I sit here and I say, yeah, Mexico's more dangerous. But with those analytics that I just brought up, us having a way higher population and us having a relatively high amount of fucking organized crime, it's kind of strange that I look at Mexico and rather than see it as a parallel, I see like the way that their cartels or families are more militant, like a militia. I don't know, or the way that they fight against the government, you know? And it's strange. Something about it is off because it makes you want to say like, yeah, Mexico's more dangerous, but the truth is, America's dangerous as fuck, bro. You can literally Google like hategroups.org and then find your state, registeredhategroups.org, and find your state, and you can see on the map, like Google Maps, like every single registered hate group in your area. It's weird, bro, because now, now to be fair, not all of them are hate groups, but a lot of them are. like doomsday preppers get put on that list because they have ideas that like, oh, it's all gonna shit's gonna hit the fan, because they express some sentiment that like, oh, they have some typically like conspiratorial, even if they're based, and even if it's a based idea, like they ain't accounting for a zombie apocalypse, but maybe they're just storing like 10 years worth of, they got like 10 years worth of non-perishables that they resupply every 7 years. Because they just comprehend that like easily, very easily, the market, the free market that we have could go under. There's so many ways that it could happen. And even if it's just something like another fucking, what's it called? What they did during COVID-19, where niggas had to stay in their houses, and then like there was no toilet paper, and like certain goods were just not on the shelves. Everyone everywhere was posting on social media, like from the pictures from the stores in the aisle where that shit's supposed to be. Best example is the toilet paper. Or water. Water during hurricanes. Yes, water during hurricanes. And fucking gasoline. Gasoline. Water, gas, and fucking toilet paper. Those are like 3 major things that you could see go missing with just like a fucking hurricane. So you can't sit here and pretend that every doomsday prepper is a fucking retard who thinks that like the government is probing us and everything's a psyop. And there's something in the water that's turning people into fags. It's turning the fags into frogs. There's something in the water that's turning the gays into frogs. I said you looked dead. It wasn't real. Neither was the Parkwood shooting. School shootings are an attack on the NIRA by fucking QAnon liberals. I mean, wait, not QAnon. What is it? QAnon progressives? No, alt-right. Yes, alt-right progressives. The alt-right is putting things in the water to turn homophobes into frogs. Alex Jones is drinking whatever Rick Sanchez is drinking. Oh, they on the same drug. Bruh, you know what the best podcast episode of any podcast ever was? Kanye West and Alex Jones. If not that, Kanye West and Lex Friedman. Cause them was some good ass episodes on them podcasts. Bro, I love how sincere and genuine Lex Friedman was when he talked to that nigga Kanye. I watched Lex Friedman for so many years before Kanye even came on the podcast. I used to watch Lex Friedman like how I watch MSSP now. Like every night, we just gonna binge watch Lex Friedman. Wake up, play some Lex Friedman. Same with Jordan Peterson. But it wasn't like no pseudo-intellectual pursuit. It was just all the shit that they talk about is very profound, especially considering that if you're a conscious individual, then those are things that you think about a lot. Like physics or fucking this new renaissance of like computation. Physics in the regards of determinism. Or hyperdimensionality, and just the way that your consciousness is kind of seems to be like, I don't know, you can really take all of that epistemological shit that like people use to define terms for explaining phenomenon in reality, like fucking gravity, and you can like usually pair this type of shit with spirituality. Because science, at the end of the day, is just a way of explaining the natural world. And oftentimes, as an epistemologist, you find that you need to find an ontological explanation for your findings. like, even if not rooted in theology or spirituality, that's the conundrum. Because you can explain how it happened, but you can't really explain why it's happening or what the fuck the point of it even is. Like, or how whatever it is managed to get the way that it is. Like we are so far ahead of where we were 200 years ago as far as like neuroscience, you know? Like we really have made bounds. But when it comes to comprehending consciousness, you would think like, yeah, you gotta start in the brain. You gotta figure out how the fuck the brain works. Then maybe we can figure out some consciousness. But no, we really have failed to like comprehend or even understand what this shit is as a whole for the general public. Because I bet there are AI out there that could like simulate consciousness so well that you couldn't even pass the tuning test or turning test with them. Like, right? Like, there's gotta be AI models that are like super duper fucking advanced. Like ChatGPT is already at a super high level to where having ChatGPT literally just reflect or reiterate exactly what you said and not even transform it at all. Like it could say something that seems like super meaningful or something that's really reflective of what you said. And oftentimes people don't comprehend that that's all that it is. Like to me it's so crazy that people even like some people literally crutch on ChatGPT. Like I guess critical thinking, I have Dunning-Kruger like super hard when it comes to critical thinking. Because me, I'm such a critical thinker that I'm constantly like just in that mode. But some people dead ass like they don't even hear themselves when they fucking talk. Like when they say think before you speak or think before you act, like that's actually out there not to remind people who already do it, but because some people are not calibrated to even doing that. Like some people are so dull, like they're fucking retards, actual retards. There's no other way to put it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They're the goofiest shit on the planet, bro. Where the fuck are my small cutting boys? Oh, I need the small cutting boys. Funny ass video so far. Honestly, I don't think I've said anything too weird to not be able to upload this shit publicly. Upgrade it. Oh shit, y'all. I saw Matt. He was talking about he's been playing a little Clash of Clans recently. He's like Town Hall 13 or something. I don't remember. That's not important. But anyway, I just recently got back into it. I sometimes be thinking like Clash of Clans or Clash Royale or Brawl Stars. Not really Squad Busters. I don't care about Squad Busters. But just like those games that they reared us up on are all in preparation for if there ever were an actual fucking need for that esotericism. Like dead ass. I know it's a whole genre of games. Like the strategy games where you get your army, you get to build your little base. But Clash of Clans is a completely different like take on it. It's so strange. Because that shit is literally like 15 years old. And a lot of us have had like an account since like the first 4 years that the game existed. And like, well, I deleted that shit for a long time after middle school. Then I re-downloaded it in high school. And ever since then, I just like, every couple months, I'll probably re-download it just to see what they got going on. But sometimes you come back on and you get hooked for like a couple months. And you get, you move on to a new town hall. I just maxed out. Like, if you look at my channel, my old Clash of Clans videos, it's just like, the last one that I uploaded, I was so close to maxing out 13. So now I'm at town hall 14. And I love it. I love it. I unlocked the pets that the heroes have now to where I got that ox and I got the fucking owl and I got the mini P.E.K.K.A. And that shit is low-key dope as fuck. Honestly, the coolest thing is that like Clash Royale and Clash of Clans are connected like in the universe, and so you really get to see some funny ass crossovers. Like they put the furnace. When I came back 2 days ago, there's a furnace in Clash of Clans now, and the fucking revive spell for your heroes, bro. When I get a revive spell, I be using it on the royal champ. You know the royal champion. And I just unlocked because I hit Town Hall 14. I just unlocked the Hog Riders with the Royal Champion in like the barracks or whatever it's called, the Hero Hall. Like you can upgrade their abilities. Bro, I maxed that shit out. She summons like 7 Hog Riders that are like fucking level 9 or some shit. And then I just bring some invisibility spells and a revive spell. Boy, you see, that's the thing about Clash of Clans. Like, some people don't really, like, they play it, but they don't really know what they're doing, like, as far as trying to max out. And usually once you hit Town Hall, like, 7, you could say that most people have the capacity to recognize what's going on. But a lot of these niggas and a lot of these bitches, they don't ever, like, adopt the mentality of what I was saying, like, all this esotericism is in case you ever actually need it in the real world. Like I was saying yesterday while I was playing, I was just running a bunch of raids for no reason, just for fun. And I'm testing out all the new troops and doing different armies. And I was like, I said something along the lines of, "Oh, when I die in the next world, I'll be reborn a general." And so that's what it's like, that isekai theme, the isekai trope. You know, you in the next world, you'll have the skills that you had in this world. Or maybe just talking about being like soul bound to the idea of like war or like violence or fighting. Like just being a man, you know, we constantly are interacting with violence. Or just being alive, the idea of war, it's everywhere, man. The living exist on top of the dead. You go outside, you look at that little clearing, and it might actually look relatively green and lush. But once you take a deeper look, you'll see the ants are tearing something apart that's like alive. You'll see a caterpillar coming out of its cocoon. You'll see a fucking lizard eating a moth. You'll see so much life and death on like a smaller scale rather than just that plain look. And I swear, war is everywhere. And I'm not talking about spiritual warfare. I'm talking about reality, nigga. Like, in reality, you walk past that sound, and it sounds like a weird screech, and that's like a fucking animal in the bush getting eaten alive. Like, suffering is a result of being alive. And what is alive is on top of the dead. Like, dead ass, we take nutrients from it. We thrive living. Like, look at all that leaf litter, that under the foliage. All the leaf litter is turning into leachate and going down into the sediment and feeding the shit that's on top. And it's just, I don't know. I see it like in your next life, or if you believe you have a soul attached to your heart and your mind and your body and all that, then you can understand what I'm saying. Like those times when you experience something, but it feels like you've done it before, or it's something that you feel like, damn, I'm so good at this. I'm so proficient at it. Like being a prodigy. You know, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm fucking getting better at something. I'm learning to do something better. I'm talking about, like, the first time that you did this shit, it was almost like it was made for you. That's the type of shit that gets people thinking that they're like soul bound to something. And I was just looking at the Clash of Clans, and you really do feel like a warlord or a general or some shit. Like I'm gonna take over the fucking universe on some Trigon